How's it going, fellas, and welcome to the channel where I kick back, relax, and teach you guys how to play NBA 2K22's Mycareer, because I've taught you how to get an A+. That shit was easy, fellas. I've taught you how to pass. I've taught you how to rebound, and even taught you how to block in NBA 2K22's Mycareer. But today, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to shoot, because shooting can be tricky for new and casual players, fellas. To be hitting consistent greens time and time again in a tiny green window isn't easy. As I said, for new and casual players, it's not easy, but I've got the tips and tricks that should help you shoot more perfect releases in NBA 2K's 22 Mycareer. To be honest, fellas, I don't have a magic jump shot. Try checking out 2K Labs. They do great work in finding the best jump shots for you, because there is no magic technique to make you shoot greens every single time, fellas, because it does take practice. There are things to make it easier, but it does take time to learn. The hardest thing to do when shooting consistent greens is finding the right jump shot. So check out 2K Labs, fellas. I'll even put the link in the description. So the first thing I want to talk about is just a few little things that I like to use. I would recommend, fellas, turning off the jump shot meter for the boost. It really does make a difference, and I don't feel that the jump shot meter is very consistent this year. To be honest, fellas, I release it early and it's somehow late, and it doesn't happen once or twice. I do it deliberately, shoot it early, and I get late releases when the shot meter's up. I don't know what it is. I just don't feel that it's that consistent this year. And then turn on your shot feedback. This helps so much more than you think, fellas, because the more information that you get from the jump shot, the better. If it's too early, you can adjust. If it's too late, you can adjust. Knowing that you're shooting early or late is a huge advantage, fellas. When shooting your next shot, you have to learn and, as I said, adapt. The next thing I want to talk about is just know your hotspots. If you don't know how to find your hotspots, go into your roster, click R3 on your player. I know this is hidden away, fellas, but then you have to hit R2 a few times. Keep hitting it. It'll probably be about 8 or 9 times, fellas. There's heaps of pages that you've got to get through until you find your hotspots. This will show you the best areas that you shoot at. Your hotspots are so helpful to shooting. You don't realize how much it helps, and then you throw Hot Zone Hunter on and it takes it to a whole new level. So if I remember correctly, I think you have to shoot around 40% in your last 30 games or something like that to get a hotspot from free, and 50% from mid-range, and I think fellas, it's 60% as well in the paint. I could be wrong with these numbers, but if you do need to check, just check them up on the net. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty accurate that it is around that number. So the next thing I want to talk about is just make sure you have blinders and sniper as high as you can, fellas. These badges will change the way you're shooting. If you have a high 3-point rating and don't have these badges on and are missing shots, turn these on, and as long as you shoot slightly early or slightly late, it will go in 80-90% of the time. The amount of whites that go in from the sniper badge is crazy. It's completely broken and overpowered, fellas. And if you aren't running these badges, you are at a huge disadvantage. So the next thing I want to talk about is what kind of jump shot do you like? There are things that you want to look for in a jump shot. Is it fast? Is it slow? Because everybody is different, fellas. If you are struggling to know what speed you like, check from your shot feedback. If you're always shooting late or slightly late, slow down your jump shot. Simple as that. And if you're always early or slightly early, speed up your jump shot. It's that simple, fellas. The second thing you want to look at is how smooth the jump shot animation is. Nothing too fancy, fellas. You don't want a guy kicking out his legs or not getting too high off the ground. You want a good, decent jump and a clear jump that you can see the animation clearly from every angle. You don't want these weird jump shots. I recommend jump shot 98. It's the jump shot I've been using for a very long time, because you can clearly see when the ball is being released. And that's the next thing I want to talk about. I've been playing 2K for a very long time. I know when to release the ball, fellas. I was even playing 2K before there was a shot meter. So I don't really like using a shot meter to begin with. Even if I didn't get a boost, I'll probably turn the jump shot meter off anyway. But the thing is, the main thing, I use the same jump shot year after year, and it's pretty much the same every single time. I've shot 100,000 shots with this jump shot, and it's become muscle memory. If you find a jump shot that you like, stick with it and just keep going and going. If you have a bad week of shooting a lot of whites, just keep at it. Keep practicing, because the jump shots don't change too often. There is times when they do change jump shots, but it's very, very rare, fellas. But I know this shit that I'm talking about doesn't really help you, fellas, but this next tip is the best thing that I know when it comes to shooting in NBA 2K in general. Because when you shoot the ball, when your player jumps, you'll see him raise, and when he gets to the top of the jump arc, like so when he starts to fall down, that's when you want to release the shot. There's all these shot cues and everything like that. I don't look at that. That's what I look at when I play my team and play with different jump shots. That's what I use. When your player jumps, he'll jump, and when he starts to fall back to the ground, you want to release the shot. So that will be late, but you want to release it a bit earlier, if that makes sense. So when he's raising, he'll get to a point when he is eventually going to start to fall again, back to the ground. And when he falls back to the ground, that's going to start to be late. So you want to hit it just as he's starting to fall back to the ground. As he's raising, and when he gets to that point when he starts to drop, that's when you want to release the shot. It's been like that in every 2K game. Every basketball game I've ever played is always that. You always want to release the shot at the top of the jump arc. I hope that made sense, fellas, because that tip really does help. If you can learn that, you'll be able to shoot with most jump shots somewhat consistently. Yeah, I'm not knocked down 90% every time I shoot a shot. I'm greening, but I'm at least 50% with every jump shot, not just one jump shot. See, all these park players think, oh yeah, it's easy to green. They just use the same jump shot over and over and over again, and it's just muscle memory at that point. You know what I mean, fellas? But when you play my team, you're forced to use different jump shots within a game. So you've got to learn 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 jump shots. That's just impossible. You're never going to have muscle memory for 9 different jump shots. So using the jump arc and using it when they start to fall to release the button, or when they get at the top of their jump arc to release the button, makes it a hell of a lot easier to be consistent with many jump shots, not just one. Fuck, I hope you understand that, fellas, because that even hurt my brain thinking about that and trying to explain it. It's hard to explain, fellas. I try and explain it as easy as possible, but I hope you understand what I was trying to get across there. So the last thing I want to talk about before I end the video is just giving you the best chance to green. Getting open is so important this year, because your green window will be bigger if you're wide open compared to last year where it didn't change. So if you're wide open, your green window is going to be bigger than when you are open or contested. So getting open is half the battle, and if you're struggling to get open, fellas, I do have a video on the channel. Go and check it out, because it will teach you guys how to get open against all difficulties of the Mycareer. But anyway, guys, I've talked and raved long enough. Just a few final thoughts. Trust me when I say this, fellas, keep trying. You can do it. I'm nothing special at this game. It does take a little time to learn. But as I said, fellas, if I can shoot, you can shoot with just a little practice. But anyway, guys, I've talked and raved long enough. If you do like these rant, raves, tips, tricks, whatever you want to call them, don't forget to leave a like, hit the subscribe button, and comment down below whether you're struggling when it comes to shooting in NBA 2K22's Mycareer. I'd be happy to help out. Just leave your questions, thoughts, and anything in the comments below. But anyway, guys, I've talked and raved long enough. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you later.